Hi everyone and welcome to session 4 of Learn English at the Florrie. This is our class for beginners. Okay, so just a reminder again, can we make sure we have our translators available? And as we go through the session, we'll follow our top tip as I keep harping on about each week is translate, write it down, then say out loud. Okay, so just to recap what we've looked at so far, each week we've been starting by picking a different 4 letters each week from the alphabet, and I've been asking you at home each week to try and pick as many letters as possible and learn as many words for those letters. Okay, so we're going to start this week with 4 letters as always. This week I've picked R, Q, Y and J. And off you go, as many words starting with those letters as possible, then I will share mine and you can translate. Off you go. Okay, for the purpose of the session, I'm going to move on now. If you'd like to pause it, if you're still working, that's absolutely fine. So these are the letters that I've picked this week. So have your translators ready? So for R, red, radio. So obviously red is a colour. Radio is something that we listen to, whether we can listen to music or a show. Railway. So this is where the railway station, the train station, where we go to get a train. It's the track that a train goes on, the railway line. Okay, so Q, quietly. So quietly when something's not very loud. Quick, when something's very quick, it's fast. Question. Okay, so I'm linking in a couple of words here from our last session. So we were looking last time at, if we need help, we ask the question. So for Y, yellow, a colour. So we have 2 colours here. Yesterday, so I've linked in our work from last week in terms of yesterday, tomorrow, before, after. And then young, so if someone's young, they might be a certain age. If they're old, they might be a different age. Okay, so for J, July, I'm hoping you can remember this from our last session. That is one of the months of the year. A jacket is something you'd wear, a job. And on some of the other sessions we've been looking at, at how to stay safe in the workplace, etc. And January, can you remember what month January was? Okay, so if you're not sure about those words, can you translate them so you know what they mean in your own language? Write them down and say them. Okay, so up to now, we've learned how to introduce ourselves. We've worked in quite a lot of detail now on the alphabet. We have looked at greetings and we looked at 5 greetings in particular to help you if you are unsure about something. Last week we looked at days of the week, months of the year. So what we're going to do today, we're actually just very briefly going to look at telling the time. Okay, so you can just see a visual here of what we looked at last week. Don't forget this really good activity. You can go back from the last session at any point and practice that. Okay, so this picture's a little bit faint, sorry. I'm sure you can tell the time, but obviously you might be able to tell the time in 2 different ways. So I just wanted to show you this visual. This is just using 2 as an example. And you can just see 5, 10. So 5 past, 10 past. It's always past, okay, until the 6. Quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, half past. Okay, so when it's on the right hand side, okay, so here we can see they're on the right hand side. That's the left, that's the right. And whenever it goes to the 6, that's half past. Now anything on this side here becomes 2. So that was half past, so 25 half past. That then goes to 25 2. 22, quarter to, 10 to, 5 to. Okay. Now, some people, different clocks, it might display the 24-hour clock. So if you might be somewhere and you might be looking at the clock and you're not sure. 1 is 13, 2, 14, 3, 15, 4, 16, 5, 17, 6, 18, 7, 19, 8, 20, 9, 21, 10, 22, 11, 23, 12. And it would still be the same. It'd still be 5 past 13, 10 past 14. So I'm going to show you a quick video, okay? Apologies for the American accent, but this is a good video to help you visualize really what you need. Okay, so we're going to listen to this, and as I said, this is just a good video for you to have because you can rewind it and listen to it at any time.
So let's get started. Let's first start with the hands. Some clocks have 3 hands, but we're only going to focus on 2 hands in this video. First, the hands of a clock always spin in this direction, and this is called clockwise. The small hand tells you what hour it is. There are 24 hours in a day, and you always start with the short hand. So let's practice. This is 1 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. This is 7 o'clock. What if the shorthand is like this, or in between numbers? It will be the time the small hour has just passed. So this would be 5 o'clock. This would be 8 o'clock. Now let's talk about the large hand. The large hand tells you the minutes. There are 60 minutes in an hour. Now each of these numbers is equal to 5. So it goes like this: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and the last number is 2 zeros, not 60, and we call that a clock. So you can use these 3 easy steps to make reading time really easy. First, start with the small hand, and it will tell you what hour it is, and write this down. Step 2, draw 2 dots. Step 3, read the large hand, and that will tell you what hour it is. So let's practice. The small hand is on a 3, so I'll write a 3. I'll write 2 dots, and the small hand is at 5. You always write 2 numbers, so I'm going to write a 0 and a 5. So it is 3:05. Next, the small hand is on the 5, so I'll write down a 5, then 2 dots, then a 20. So it is 5:20. Again, remember, we always use 2 numbers after the 2 dots. Small hand is on the 11. I'm going to write 2 dots, and this large hand is on 57. So I'm going to write 11, 2 dots, 57. So it's 11:57.
So that's just a short video, really, just to help you, because I know some people do struggle with the 24-hour clock. So go back and watch that video at any point. Okay, so what I want to look at now, and it's a really important part of these sessions, is how to stay safe in the UK. And if you've been attending the more advanced classes, we've been using the British Council resources quite a lot. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either follow with me, or you can actually copy and paste that link now and do that. Okay, so let me share my screen. There we go. Okay, so obviously, it's really important to know about how to be safe in the UK, to learn about our emergency services, internet safety, fire safety, and law in the UK as well. Okay, so we're going to start, if we have a look at the police emergency. So let's have a look here and let's watch this short video, and then we'll answer some questions as we go. Okay, so have you ever had to make an emergency call to the police? Okay, we've just watched a short video there, and let's try and work out what we actually think is happening. Okay. A man enters the shop. What is he wearing? So when we watch that short video there, and again, if you want to rewind that, you can. What was he wearing? Is he wearing a suit, dark clothes and a jacket with a hood? Is he wearing light coloured clothes and a jacket with a hood? So you work out which one you think it is at home. And I'm going to go with mine. As I said, you might want to do this in your own time. Okay, does the man close the shop door behind him? Yes, no, or someone else closes the door. What type of weapon does the man have? A knife, a gun, or an axe? Who is the offender? So an offender is the person who's committing the crime. Is it the man who works in the shop, the man wearing the hood, or there isn't an offender? Okay. Who opens the till? Okay. Does the man open the till, who the offender is, or the till isn't opened, or the shop assistant opens the till? Who runs out of the shop? Is it the shop assistant, a customer, or the man wearing the hood? Okay. So that's just to make sure we understood the video. So this is important here. Okay. So let's have a little look at the types of words we might need to learn. So we'll click that one, that one, that one. Yeah, I think we'll go for those. So we're going to learn these words here. So a key word here is violence. We can see here that this man has his arms around this other man, and this man here looks he's going to punch this man. So this is what we call violence. It looks here like this man has stolen something off this lady. We call that robbery. Okay. If you have committed a crime, you get arrested, and these are called handcuffs. So this symbolizes crime. You might have to ring up 999 or 111 and speak to a call handler. The police, you call the police in an emergency. Okay, so you might need to translate that word if you're not sure. This man has holding a gun. That's a weapon. Okay, let's see if we can remember now. Which image was violence? Can you remember? Which image matches violence? You have a go at doing it at home. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to show you. Okay. Robbery. Crime. Call handler. Emergency. Weapon. Brilliant, 6 out of 6. So let's see if we can move this forward now. Let's see if we can write it. So can you remember what the word is to describe this image? So all you need to do if you're doing this at home on the website is you type it in. And this is really good. You're linking the image to the word. You've recognized the image and the word, and now you're trying to spell it and remember it. So violence. Do you remember this one? Try and do it at home on your own. Oops. Robbery. Crime. Call handler. Emergency. Weapon. Okay. So what we've had a look at there is some keywords linked to if you're an emergency, what you potentially, some language you might need to know. We've looked at a case study, we looked at a video, and we've worked out what's happening. So what you can do on this website, okay, you can have a go at answering lots of things here, okay. There's lots and lots of different options. What to do in a fire, and we're going to do that together in a minute. You can actually click on this section here to look at what age you can do certain things. Attitudes about police in this country. There's lots of different attitudes. This one is really good because in different countries there's different laws. So this one here is about laws in the UK about drugs and alcohol. This is majorly important. We have different types of people in the UK from different religions, countries, races, and people make relationships in different ways. But unfortunately, we do have people who commit hate crime. So what you could do here is on this section of the website, you can click on this and it will talk you through how to deal with hate crime. Another great one here, how to stay safe on public transport. So if you use the bus, if you use the train, you can click on this section, and there's lots and lots of different things you can look at. This is good as well. This is just about when you get medicine, how to read the labels, so how much you should take of different things. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a look at what to do in a fire, but I really would recommend just going on this website, okay, the next ESOL Nexus, and the link is on the previous slide, and just have a go at clicking on these different sections, because you'll learn a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one with you. What to do in a fire. Okay, we're going to watch this video, then we're going to answer some questions.
If there were a fire, what would we do?
Well, the first thing to do is to remember to stay calm. Before opening any door in a fire, first feel the bottom of the door with your hand and work your way up the door to see if it is hot. A hot door may mean that there is fire on the other side. If it's hot, try to get out another way. The greatest mistake people make in a fire is forgetting to crawl low under the smoke. Standing up while trying to escape will put you in a smoke cloud filled with dangerous gases and make it hard to see. The higher you are, the hotter it is. So staying low in a fire is the way to go.
Okay, so obviously this section is about staying safe in the UK, and some of you might know about this already, but I just think it's really important just to understand different things really about this. Okay, so here's some questions. You can answer them in your own time, or you can do them with me. What should the little girl do if the door is hot? Okay, you pick which one you think it is. What should you do if there is a lot of smoke? What did it say? Get low on the ground. Why is staying low the way to go on a fire? Is it A, because it's not as hot near the ground, you won't breathe in the gas? B, because your clothes won't smell of smoke? Or C, you won't be scared because you can't see it? Okay, so let's have a look at some vocabulary here. So same as the last activity, we can pick some phrases. We'll go for that one. That one. Oops. That one. I think we'll do these ones. Okay. So we've picked some words here. Let's learn what they mean. So in the event of a fire, obviously we're looking at staying safe this session. This man looks like he's getting very irate. It's very important to stay calm. Stand away from the fire. Stay on the phone, because obviously if there is a fire, you would need to ring 999 and ask for the emergency services for the fire service. This image here, get down low, okay? Really, really important. Close the door so the smoke doesn't spread. Go to a window. Put something under the door to stop the smell and the spread of smoke. Keep talking. Okay, so let's see if we can remember which one here is stay calm. Make sure you do this at home. Stand away. Which image? Stand away. Stay on the line. Get down low. Close the door. Oh, that one, sorry. Go to a window. Put something under the door and keep talking. Okay, so hopefully what I've done here is I've showed you how to navigate this website. So if you click on the link, that I've got on the PowerPoint, it'll bring you to this page. And if there's anything you want to go over again, so we just looked briefly at, you know, a crime scene, and we looked at some different things in terms of vocabulary to do with crime and the police. We looked briefly there at what to do in a fire, but it would be worthwhile, you know, for you to have a look at this section as well. Okay, so sure. So that is the end of this session for this week. So what we have done today is we've recapped on what we've done the last couple of weeks. We've had a go at looking at some more letters on the alphabet. We've looked at a short video for telling the time, the 24-hour clock, and we've just looked there at how to stay safe in the UK. So what we're going to do for one of our last sessions next week is we're going to be looking at citizenship support, okay? But in the meantime, do make sure you're practicing your vocabulary in terms of the alphabet. Please make sure you are recapping your days of the week, your months of the year, you've practiced telling the time, and I'll see you next week, guys, okay?